standard work for leader, yes. So what is it? It's a tool to help you plan for success. It allows you to document your actions, your tasks, strategic initiatives on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. It truly supports individual development, and hopefully it aligns with your strategic activity and objectives that your company has set for you. It helps you pause to plan and think about what you should be doing. And again, it's taking the best of values and principles for a lean journey or lean deployment at a company. And so I have in here my own version of a lean house that I've created over a handful of years. And standard work for leader truly builds upon it. It's the ultimate PDCA, or Plan, Do, Check, Act. It demonstrates continuous improvement because you're actually documenting something and figuring out how to improve upon it throughout. It's a huge respect demonstration because you're planning for yourself, but that rubs off on other people. You're trying to do the best for your organization and for your team. You're promoting success. Obviously, it's a standard tool, which is obviously standardized work, which supports repeatable activity. And it's visual. So hitting that visual management principle. And when it's handwritten or you're making handwritten notes, there's a mind-body connection that helps you adopt what you're doing and helps you actually think about it more, even more than just typing it. And it's the act of planning, and it helps us problem solve, right? Because we're constantly collecting data throughout and making observations. And we hopefully are avoiding things or letting them slip through the cracks. But by making observations, collecting data, we can ensure that we're working on what we're supposed to be working on. Better yet, finding a new way to do it, figuring out what we shouldn't be doing and what should be delegated off. Just in time, it speaks to that in regards to, because if I ever have free time or any of you have free time, what should I be doing, right? I can look to it and be like, oh, I really need to do this next, right? It prompts me on what I should be doing and hopefully when I need to do it. And if I don't have free time, it's even more important because it's visual. It can help me prioritize what I should be working on next, what initiative is more important, what did my leader just ask me to do? I need to probably reprioritize my activities. Obviously built in quality, right, through the PDCA, trial and error, continuous improvement. We're figuring out the best way to do things or constantly improving upon it and delivering to our customer with good quality, who is really anyone around us, including our employees, the business, and our end customer. And then the output of my lean house is really, it's good for me, right? It helps me plan, it helps me execute, it helps me measure success. It's good for everyone around me because I'm valuing their time and making sure we're using everything to the fullest extent, but being appropriate with it. It's good for the company and it's good for the customer. And I was going to show an example here, but I wanted everyone to kind of think of what they wanted their own standard work for leader to look like instead of me just showing you a template and you being boxed into my ideas. But I've seen standard work for leader standard work look different in the past probably 5 to 7 years. I've seen pre-printed index cards from a marketing executive where he had questions that he started every day, a reflection of previous, planning for the day. Prompting him to give recognition and look at the numbers and what to do in the next week or two. I've seen laminated copies on people's desks, right? So they could use a dry erase marker and mark off things that they had accomplished or had completed. People wanted it on their phones or an iPad, almost like an app. So it's just reminding them of things to do. And there's no right or wrong. The biggest thing is that you have to use it, right? If you don't use it, then it's just either piece of paper on your desk, wallpaper on the wall. But overall, it demonstrates intention, right? You're planning and you're doing. You're not just shooting from the hip, which is a huge part of lean. I know it was politely beat into me at Toyota that everything was intentional. We were not just making things up on the fly.